We're about to do the Trixter press conference. They're about to trickle in more because they can only photograph the first 3 songs of every band, so they're out there doing great work. They're about to trickle in. We got way more coming. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trixter. And if you were out there at all, you saw just how good this band is. One of the best of the night. Going back 2 years, rocked the hell out of Oklahoma. I mean, good God. If you didn't walk away impressed with Trixter, you weren't watching. So I'm going to have them introduce each other and introduce themselves. You can introduce each other if you'd like. That's up to you. But I'm going to pass it over to them now, ask some questions.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fantasy Island. I'm Steve Brown, guitar player and singer for Trixter.
What's up, everybody? Pete Lawrence, singer for Trixter.
J3, and they just brought me along for the ride.
I'm Mark Scott, drummer for Trixter. Special friend here with us, Mr. John Allen, otherwise known as J3, guitarist for the Tommy Lee Band. We've got Methods of Mayhem. We've been friends for 20, 30 years, something around that.
Something like that.
And it's the first time we played without our bass player PJ Farley, and J3's a good old friend helping us out today. PJ will be back, but it's always a pleasure to have friends aboard. Yeah. Cheers.
This man's never spoken in public before, obviously.
If you didn't know, Mark Scott used to be a child actor. He was in an Ivory commercial. What was it, Ivory?
Draft.
Or Pampers?
Draft.
Of course.
My ass.
He was in a diaper commercial when he was a little kid. That's where he gets his gift of gab.
I think we all recognized it.
Yeah. Now, we had a great time today. It was great to be back in Oklahoma and no tornadoes. The ironic thing, which I have to say, is I just got word from my daughter that there's a tornado up in New Jersey, where we live up in northern New Jersey, blowing through right now. So I thought how ironic that is. The last time we were in Oklahoma, there was the stages blew down, and now it's back in New Jersey.
I got a question. Now, going back to that 2 years, I don't even care about the winds and all that, but you guys, the rain, you started off, it was a beautiful day, and the sun's shining, and all of a sudden, it just, for better words, it rained shit on Trixter that day, but the fans were there, and you can see it in the videos that have popped up online, that the fans weren't leaving en masse, they were sitting there watching you. How do you feel when you're going on the rain, giving your all, that there's still people out there rocking with you? They don't care about the elements.
It's awesome. It's not the first time we've ever played a rainstorm, but I've never seen weather come in so quick and go from sunshine to black, and it was very strange. But I will say it was so hot up on stage when we were playing that the rain actually was feeling good. We were all out there, me and Pete were out running around the rain. I was going, oh, it feels so good. And then all of a sudden you saw how it, on the video, there's a famous YouTube video that's gotten 28 million hits. I didn't know that. I don't know if you know that. Trixter vs. Mother Nature. And it gives you it shows you how severe it got. And, but it was great. We had an awesome time. We love Oklahoma. And we're having a great time. We're here until tomorrow morning, and we plan on partying all night because we have a 6 a.m. flight, so we have no choice.
Any other questions, guys? Anything? I'll throw out another one then, because I can do that. You guys have this great second album called Here, which when fans of this genre talk about those albums that kind of went under the radar and lost and were ahead of their time, that pops up just about with like every list. How does that make you feel that you guys made an album that not only stood the test of time, but was ahead of it as well?
Well, I agree with you. There's, a lot of people in that boat who have put out records, and, things happen, climate changes, and kind of, nobody really knows it's out there. And it's weird because, to this day I have people rediscovering it and going, oh, I never knew you had that record out, and, and it's wild. But, it's a good feeling. It's nice to know that we got better instead of worse. So,
Yes.
it was good.
It's better than saying, hey, I didn't know you had that album. Boy, it really sucked.
You should have stuck with your friend.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys? Any other questions?
John Allen has a new album.
Jon Allen.
I do have an album.
Tell about the new method.
Well, first of all, I should say that I've known these guys since they were playing, like, you know, the trailer at the local park and the band shell, and it was, we got laid everywhere. But it was, yeah, I was also another local guitar player. That's how Steve and I met, and we were like 14 years old and buying picks, and dude, I got a Floyd Rose, you too, it's like unbelievable, you know, and we were so fucking young, it was ridiculous, and everybody had their band, and we would finally play all these all ages shows, and it was great when they kind of took off, you know, and really got to where everybody wanted to be, which was very inspiring for everybody else that was still, you know, in the trenches for years, which myself included. So as a result of knowing Steve through many mutual friends, I ended up getting auditioned for Tommy Lee's band in 2002 and played with him since then, and now doing this Methods of Mayhem record where I've co-written with him for the first time, about 6 or 7 songs on the record, and playing lead guitar and singing with him to be out in September. So it's kind of a nice thing to come out here and do a you know, old school fucking sweat show. Anyway.
Now, for another one from me, because why not? You guys now, pretty much this is the last few years, been the first time you guys have played together in over a decade. So now, when you guys go out there and you blow the stage up like you do, and you get all these positive reviews, and I had a girl tell me earlier, she goes, Trixter, like, are they a new band? They all look like they're as young as I am. She's like 24.
We paid her to say that.
She just showed me the check. But with you guys having that, like, and having this momentum, what's next? Is there a next for Trixter?
You know, it's funny, when we first put it back together, we did it because the opportunity was there, and we all had a common vision. Wow, let's do it, it's going to be fun, have a great time. Then, to formulate a plan, I think that was always the secondary, where in the old days, we had a plan to do something, we did the whole damn thing. So we're kind of doing it backwards, maybe? I'm having a good time. I think everybody else is. We actually have to take a good 5 minutes and talk about what the hell we're going to do here.
Yeah, ever since we got back together in 2008, it's, you know, we take one step at a time, slow. All of us have lives, you know, jobs, families, and stuff like that. So, you know, we do this a couple times a month, and it's amazing, and it's great to be back with the fans, and it's great to be back with a great band that really, I think, honestly, we're better now than we ever were. And, you know, people say, well, what happened to your hair? I said, well, the hair is not long anymore, it's high. So technically, we still are a hair band. Now, let's make that clear. But in the future, right now, we're Pete and I are writing some songs, and I'm pretty confident in saying that we're gonna have a new record out by next year, and there is gonna be more because we want to show everybody that it's forward motion. Yeah. It's not just playing the hits and, you know, doing stuff that we did 20 years ago, which is great, and we're in a, it's very few and far between musicians that ever get the chance to do the stuff that we've done, and you know, we're very thankful for it, we're very grateful, but at the same time, I still believe that we have a lot to offer. I think that Pete, you know, and I've said this, we started doing some acoustic shows, and I've said it numerous times, and I will say it again tonight, this guy is one of the best rock vocalists out there today, and his voice is better now than ever, unlike a lot of guys, and I'm not ripping on people. And so when I say that, that means that I think we still have the best yet to come. And there's no preconceived ideas that we're going to take over the world. We're not here thinking we're going to get a platinum album and, you know, and sell out football stadiums and stuff like that. Though, deep in my heart, I believe there is a shot. I still believe, as messed up as the music business is, I still believe there is a chance that, you know, that miracles can happen. But first and foremost, you know, I do know we have a couple rough demos that we've done, and I will tell you this: when you hear this new record, it will blow you away, because I know we will do that. You know, might take a little while, but you know, I plan on getting everybody together and make it happen. John's gonna co-write some songs with us, and we'll get him on there. But we're really looking forward to it, and you know, that's really all I can say. I think I'm gonna start crying now. I could do one-arm push-ups too.
Any questions? Anything else for the guys at Trixter? Do you have any restaurants anybody in the band wants to plug at all?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'll just tell you now, Mark Scott owns an amazing restaurant, and I actually play there every other Wednesday. So if any of you guys come up to Florida, New York, yes, there is actually a Florida, New York, come up and then 20% off on dinner and drinks. Mark Scott, the Copper Bottom.
Let me know when you're coming. I'm going to raise everything 25%.
There you are.
Come on down to Copper Bottom, New York, Florida, New York. All kidding aside, you are welcome to the 20% discount as members of the press.
Well, gentlemen, if we can get you guys to kind of stand up so we can take some pictures.
Yeah, of course, man.